what's up, YouTube? We're back with another video, guys. Hope you're all doing good. Hope you're all doing great. Anyway, we're back with another video. So today's video, we will be reacting to a Casual Geographic video. It's been a minute since we reacted to Casual Geographic. If you guys want to see more of the reaction content to his stuff, I will do it if you guys ask me to. So, you know, just let me know in the comments if you want me to, or just like the video. Either one is good enough to tell me like you guys want to see more of this. Anyway, we're gonna jump into the video. Let's not drag our feet. Let's go. Let's see what shenanigans are here today. Alrighty. Alright, Casual, what you got for me, bro?
What is that?
What you got for me, bro? Man, what the? I don't even know what is that?
This is what happens when you try to make a sequel without paying respect to the source material. Nature clearly tried to recreate the biological box office hit that was a giraffe, but on a budget. The result
What is that?
100% spawned a cryptid myth or 6. If the tall one's a giraffe, then this is a rough draft.
What is that?
Garanux enough, and we really should, because explaining this animal to the wrong people in the wrong times would have been cause to have you lobotomized.
They look like deer and like giraffes had a child. Like, I don't even know what this is,
well,
bro.
technically anybody can, but getting moisture.
Oh, let me move my model. Give me a quick second, y'all.
Live a full life without ever sipping water. Allen Iverson could never. You know what huskies look like after getting shaved? Well, Garanux looked like an alpaca with alopecia, while also looking like a kangaroo doing a handstand. Go ahead, pause the video and squint, you'll see it eventually. But the Garanux is a gazelle, with its closest relative likely being the one you think of when you hear the word.
Okay, it's it kind of looks like a gazelle, but like not really.
If you didn't know any better, you'd assume you saw something that rhymes with windsocker. And the pose makes me think they inspired the freak deer that folded Finn from Adventure Time. But of course, the most uncanny feature is that pinhead.
Bro, why is it looking at me like that? Bro, look how this thing is looking, dude. Like, look at that. Look, bro. Look how he's looking, bro. Dude's staring into my damn soul, bro. What are you looking at, man?
Nature had to give them buns of steel.
Why did it look like that, bro?
Just to act as a counterbalance. Why they didn't just give them a normal head? Well, that is beyond our comprehension. It is nice to know an animal built like a Wendigo still.
Bro, they stand on their hind legs like you're humans.
This isn't a male Garanux.
You're like, that shit did good, don't it?
Ain't nothing artificial about this intelligence. Some stuff is just universal. There's really nothing like a Garanux. But there's a distant relative of theirs that's arguably more mythical. The Saiga looks like Narnia in the face, and that's saying something because I never watched Narnia.
This looks crazy.
It feels right. The Saiga is an yo, editor, can we
Yo,
the Saiga
what
is
is
an unusual
that?
and underrated antelope that used to populate.
Yo, that nose is crazy.
That's actually why they have the NSFW.
Crazy snozzle on that guy. Bro, that nose is insane. Bro, what is this?
The same nose.
I've never seen this thing in my life, bro. What is this? It's like an elephant and like a ram, maybe? I don't know, bro. Like, I don't even know what to describe this.
That double barrel nostril situation was an adaptation to filter out dust.
Bro, he got a bro. He's
same nose also cools.
Bro, he got a bigger nose than Igor, bro. Like, what is this?
Winter before it gets to the lungs. It's a multi-purpose proboscis that makes them Antelope Alpha, while also serving as a built-in mask. Yet that mask couldn't save the Saiga from its own pandemic, because in 2015 there was a mass outbreak of a bacteria that caused blood poisoning in the infected and killed 200,000 and erased 2/3 of the global population. But the Star Wars Extra has made a comeback, with their numbers rebounding from less than 40,000 in 2005.
They came back from the dead.
4 million, with Kazakhstan ecologists estimating that they'll hit over 5 million by 2030. Thank the powers that play for that, because just imagine showing somebody this picture of an extinct animal and being like, yeah, this was taken all the way back in 2015. So if you needed to hear good news, you'll be happy to know the Saiga is looking like it's here to stay. You might be less happy about this though. I've seen some adorable looking grasshoppers in my day.
I don't like that.
Bugs like paralysis.
God, I don't like the eyes, bro. It's the eyes.
It's not a grasshopper, it's a katydid. Same insect order, different insects.
I've heard of katydids. I heard of katydids before. The eyes, bro. The eyes on this thing is crazy, bro. Can I get a picture of it? Can I get a good bro, holy shit. Yo, the eyes, bro. The eyes on this guy these are crazy.
This demon is not one of them. To be fair, it's not a grasshopper, it's a katydid. Same insect order, different insects.
Oh my goodness.
I hear they get real offended when you confuse them. This katydid belongs to the Copepoda
Bro, stop, bro. I can't.
A genus that looks like a
bro,
sick
these
joke.
eyes, bro.
Members perpetually mocking you for it. There's not a
they look
situation
so stupid.
where a bug needs to look like this.
Like googly eyes, bro.
Because I can't look at this and not see 2 brick yellow teeth giving me the world's most devious smile. He's built like a Courage the Cowardly Dog plot device. That smile should get you put on the list.
I see it too.
They're not just an assault.
Yeah, I really see it.
Giant
oh god.
have the distinction of being one of the loudest insects on Earth.
Damn, damn. That thing is loud as shit. Loud, bro.
Well, I don't know everything, so I wasn't sure if that audio was edited or not. But after listening to other clips, I've come to the conclusion that yes, this bug can
they're
send a
loud,
veteran
bro.
back to Vietnam with a touch of its wings. That
Like I heard
wing
katydids are
is
pretty loud.
oxygenation,
Like
and it's not just an
I
alarm
think there's
clock
a
for
few over
PTSD.
here, but not
Some
that
katydids
big.
sound exactly like chirping birds. And just like birds, the
Yeah, there's a
call is
few over
mostly
here
for
where I
attracting
live
mates,
at.
and some
I've
male
heard
katydids-
them. I heard them before. Like they usually are like a little loud in the day and night. Usually late afternoon, nighttime. But God, I never heard them that loud before. They are loud, bro.
form boy band groups to sing together to help each other keep the rhythm, which is apparently a major turn on. And if you think the bugs show respect
What?
to the original IP, one, katydids
What?
came first, so the
What?
birds sing like them. And two, some katydids eat birds, so yeah,
What?
katydids let their nuts hang. Literally, because fun fact, cover your ears, kids, but the largest testicles on the planet belong to these bush crickets. You don't have to believe me. You can Google it, and then you can explain your search history. Just know, there's not a
No,
single prompt
I'm
you
good.
can give a computer that
I'm
will lead
good.
to this. And that's the thing with AI.
I'm good.
Nature's weird enough without people making stuff up. And this is the most AI-looking animal I've ever
What
seen.
is that?
Goats
That's
in
a-
general
bro,
don't
that-
seem to be real. Like they're constantly testing.
Bro, that's
what
like
they
something
can
you
get
see in a
away with
freaking
the
fantasy
Matrix.
game,
And
bro.
the
You see that shit in
Mark
Elden
Warren
Ring.
is
You see him in Elden Ring, dead ass.
genuinely looks mythical.
Dead
A
ass.
reputation that actually precedes them. Their name translates to snake eater because of their habit of.
This is something you either see in Elden Ring or like a God of War game or
At least
something.
according
Bro.
to folklore, and locals would collect the chewed cud of these goats, believing they could use it as snake anti-venom. Also, the national animal of Pakistan is a lot bigger than you think, with males often getting to over 200 pounds, which is pretty big for an animal you've probably never seen before. And if you have, and this Gandalf goat looks familiar, they were actually
That thing
Thor's
heavier than
emotional
me.
support in Love and Thunder. The Markhor is a beautifully majestic specimen. Which is funny because if we were ducks, I'd literally have to censor that. Male Markhors use those iconic horns to battle cliffside for females.
Bitch.
That and they were created
Yeah.
the day Nature's ice cream machine came in.
Sounds
Whether
about
it's them
right.
Allegedly landscaping the snake population, their cinematic fights to the death, or just
Yo, those fights
parkour.
cool.
You gotta admit, this goat has
Damn.
more aura than anything an algorithm could
He
come
do
up
got
with.
aura.
Now,
I'll
this
give him
goat-
that. What the fuck is
Holy
that?
frick. Now, I think every animal's beautiful in its own way, but that starts
What
to
is
change once people
that?
start
What
voting.
is this? What happened to him? Bro, what happened, bro? Bro, what happened to him, bro?
God, and boy,
What happened to his
thank
lineage,
God
bro?
for this goat. We ruined them just like we did the powder pigeon.
What the
We
heck is
fully
that?
fucked the goat, and
What
weirdly
happened,
enough,
bro?
These goats look almost normal as kids, only to get Pearl Harbored by puberty.
They-
Say for every
how they
goat
go
we
from
love,
that
there's
to
at least one
this?
who'll defend it. So I'm still
Oh,
waiting
God.
for someone to defend the animal.
Ah.
Built as Cusco's karma.
Ah.
Sometimes I wish it were AI because they look like their existence is constant pain.
Bro,
That is
why
not
they
the
look
skull
like
of an
this,
animal
bro?
That should have been afforded life.
Oh my,
and this
that
is now the
looks,
third case of
that looks painful. Like their face just looks painful. Like I'm not even trying to be mean, cause look, animals are animals, bro. I care for animals, bro. You know, I mean, animals are precious, but like it just looks painful. Like it looks like it's in pain. It's probably not, but it just looks like it is.
Existence is constant pain.
Like the
That is
skull.
not the
Look at
skull of
this.
An animal that should have been afforded life.
Look at that.
This is now the third case of unnecessary censorship. Looking like Rocky Dennis's persona is even funnier when you realize a Damascus won a beauty pageant for goats, with Gar being
What?
named most beautiful goat in 2008.
You know,
and
I-
yes, those are the pictures PR went with. And I'm sure
You-
the goats
you
are
know-
nice people, and they didn't ask for this, but that's what human
you know,
does.
maybe he was
Turns
looking
goats
very
into
pretty
Dark
that day,
Crystal
bro. You know,
characters.
like
That's a lot of effort just to get one-upped by nature. Like this. Not only is this real, but this cat and that shark have something
What
in
the
common.
hell?
I see you all have questions, and I'm gonna get to them, starting with
What?
the biggest one. Why do you know
Why-
the things that you know? You should have been asking
That
yourself
part.
that after I brought up bush cricket cojones. People ask me how I know
Fair
so
enough.
much about animals, and even why I'm so.
I'm about to
into
say,
them in the first
casual. You got some crazy research, bro. I don't know how you just know everything about animals, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, when it comes to animals, he's cooking. I don't know what's happening. I know very few things about animals, bro. I know some animals, and that's it. Like this man is a encyclopedia for animals at this point, and I'm impressed because I don't know what I'm looking at anymore.
Ask me how I know so much about
I don't even know.
animals and
I don't
why
even
I'm so
know.
into them
What
in
am I
the
looking
first
at?
place. And I don't know, but the answer is likely undiagnosed and very undermedicated. It's really nothing
Right.
for me to spend hours, even days,
Right.
going down the rabbit hole of my fixation.
Right.
It's when it's time to sit down and make the video and retrace the rabbit hole. Yeah, I waste a lot of time that way. That's why I feel pretty good about today's sponsor, Opera. Don't touch the mouse. See,
Damn.
that's actually the
I was
problem.
about
We're
to.
in an
I ain't gonna
attention
lie.
recession.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm
Luckily,
about to skip
Opera
this
knows
shit.
that.
But I'll
Opera's
let
a
you. I'll let it
web
slide.
browser
I'll let it
featured
slide,
icons
bro.
and
Just for
which I
today.
had around in college. Features like Tab Islands.
I'll let it slide. Now it depends on how long this is. How long is that, bro?
And if you're one of those coordinate the colors of your
okay, it's like
based on the
15 seconds,
students,
30 seconds.
All
right, I'll let it cook.
Do the same. By the way, we can agree. Math is red, science is green, and English is blue, right? Right? But my favorite is Tab Traces, because we've all been there, sitting in front of a screen with 20, 30, I think my career high is like 46 tabs open at once.
Damn, that's a lot of moist criticals, bro.
Steps, tab traces are like breadcrumbs.
Okay.
Because the darker the underscore,
all right, I'll let you cook, bro.
More recently,
you got 30 more seconds, bro.
That feature is
you got a minute.
Hours. There's also split screen where you can have 4 tabs.
Sell me on Opera GX, bro.
I usually just do 2, but if you can make 4 work, all power to you. But 4 is good for
I'm thinking about getting it actually.
And I want to cross-reference multiple articles.
Because I kind of might need it.
Often while I'm researching and especially writing, I'm listening
I ain't gonna
to
lie.
the exact song I plan on playing in that video.
Oh shit,
and with
my
the
bad.
player feature, you can
I haven't been
I
ain't gonna lie. I haven't been like. I usually don't do this when I make videos and stuff, but I've been like listening to like way more music and like longer videos now. Like it's
now music's important
and opening up a lot of tabs. I've been opening up so many tabs, bro, on my computer.
I'm playing in that video.
So
and with the player feature, you can
you know what? Maybe I'm thinking about it, bro.
To control it without
keep trying to sell me, bro. Come on.
Speed bumping your workflow. So whether you're a student, creator, or just chronically online, there's at least something for you on this browser. The link will be in the description if you want to see for yourself.
Because I've seen a lot of people advertise this one.
Video, but more so,
I've been thinking about
it. For sponsoring my recreational rabbit hole habit, because this was one hell of a rabbit hole to go down.
What is that, man?
A rare albino
is that an eye?
Found inside the stomach of a pregnant dusky shark. He looks like a petrified Agent Plecky from Lilo and Stitch. Actually, no, he looks like one of those disgustingly hyper-realistic frames from SpongeBob. You know
I was gonna say that. You look like fucking Plankton, bro.
Result of one of the freakiest defects in nature. Damn it. Holoprosencephaly is a rare condition where the brain of a developing embryo fails to separate into 2 distinct halves, instead forming one mass. Obviously, this causes a laundry list of problems, and psychopathy means one eye gets stuck right in the middle. It's the same condition afflicting this kitten. Unfortunately, this condition has been described as being incompatible with life, which is a really dramatic way of saying you're basically born in past tense. But the weirdest part is HPE is caused by a mutation in the Sonic the Hedgehog gene. Don't laugh, I'm serious. In the early stages, it's this gene and the Sonic the Hedgehog protein that separates the eye field.
Is that actually what, bro, why are you calling it that,
and maybe that's why the Speed Freak has 1 eye with 2 pupils. Oh god, I'm sorry.
Stop, bro.
Holoprosencephaly too. I'm just not putting those pictures.
I don't want to see that shit.
Video. But yeah, the shark's real.
That cursed ass fucking Sonic. I don't want to see that, bro.
Not its base form. Not like this though. This is platypus levels of nonsense. The star-nosed mole proves that people will let nature get away with anything so long as it's small enough, and so
is this a nose?
Most of its natural life underground. The mole looks like it's constipated and prolapsed.
I'm gonna say it look like a mole, but like
22 facial flesh.
I don't know where the eyes are. Are
freakishly sensitive. Where your hand has 17,000 touch receptors.
Yeah, it's just like a plant, like on a nose.
Making it the most sensitive touch organ in the animal kingdom. It's so sensitive, Cthulhu's pet can decide whether or not something's food in 8 milliseconds, and actually eat it in as little as 120. Meaning, it's a Lovecraftian mole that eats faster than any other animal on Earth, while essentially maxing out on reaction.
Where are your eyes at, man?
Since most moles eat their weight in food a day, star noses are in a constant state of binging. This mole would genuinely end all life on Earth, if only it weren't 1/8 of a pound. Not only
I bet say if it wasn't tiny as shit
into collapse, because there'd be no way of escaping them. Not only are they speed-eating earthbenders with the internal discernment of a vacuum, they can swim and breathe underwater. Okay, not really, but they can smell.
I'm about to say, what kind of superpower ass
air bubbles to trap molecules that mix with the air inside before inhaling the bubble and, by extension, the trapped molecules. This means a diving mole can sniff out prey while underwater and even aim air bubbles at a specific target. And did I mention they do this blind? But somehow there's more, because this creature can smell in stereo. The same way you would compare differences in sound between the left and right ear to pinpoint the source, moles can do with their nostrils. Star moles are just a bunch of randomly broken skills and powers packed into a flesh flower faced fur termite. And if you can't say that 5 times fast, you better like this video. But you definitely heard of star-nosed moles.
I already like the video, so you're good, bro.
There you go. The cutest animal you've never seen. Because if I saw it, I wouldn't just think it was AI. I think it was bad Photoshop. How else does one explain a panda, leopard, meerkat ferret?
Yeah, I'm about to say, look, a ferret.
The last part's a hint. The marbled polecat is a mustelid, not unlike honey badgers, otters, and wolverines, albeit a little smaller. They're not even the only type of polecat, but they are the one that looks the most like animated taxidermy. They're the only ones that dress like a mother of 4 in divorce court.
That thing is so cute, bro.
Stand out. And that might be the point.
This might be the cutest thing I've seen so far today.
Aggressively flash as a warning. Not that they're venomous,
I don't know if
but
it's
they're
cute anymore.
attitudes. That and polecats will take a page
Why
out
you
of
getting
the
aggressive,
Skunk
man?
playbook and crop dust a threat with foul-smelling anal secretions that reek.
Oh
of death.
no, it's a
Also,
skunk.
polecats might be more of a stereotype than honey badgers, as they're hyper-aggressive and regularly attack
Damn.
humans many times their size. This is the same
That's not
caliber
AI, are
bird
you
that made
sure?
Ukrainian soldiers evacuate from
That
the
actually
bunker.
looked fake at first. You better run, bro.
Як його витягнути, бля?
You got 5 seconds to run.
Так понятно, що він зараз працює.
Stop playing with that little man.
Ох, бля, диви, він хоче напасти.
That's that badger side.
Bite the ground out of frustration. Someone tells
That was he
Zigzagoon
biting the
ain't that
grape
serious.
pissed.
Well, considering the loaded skunk shot, it actually
The badger and him about to
and
attack,
on the topic
bro.
of smell, last but not least,
Whoa, what is that? That thing's kind of big.
all right, so not
What
AI,
is that?
but either that is a cartoonishly tiny truck, or binturongs are a lot bigger than I thought they were.
That's what I'm saying, that thing's kinda big.
It's also called a bear cat, but in truth, they're not either. They're in suborder Feliformia, meaning they belong to the cat half of order Carnivora. And in Feliformia, binturongs are in the section that is the least talked about. In fact, I could make a part 2
Oh.
based on vivarids. Not a vivid ferret, you got your turn. Vivarids also include civids, like the one whose poop goes in coffee, and genids, which are cats nature drew left-handed. And it's the binturong that is the biggest vivarid, and with some females weighing nearly 80 pounds, they are in
Damn.
fact way bigger than I thought they were. I was not
Yeah,
expecting a swamp bear
damn.
from the back. So not a bear or a cat, but this black sentient bath mat can climb, and they have a prehensile tail to help them do
So
it.
it's like
which is
a-
why you'll probably smell them before you
cat
see them.
bear
It's
hybrid
true,
thing?
a
Like, I
binturong
don't even
bathroom
know.
break smells identical to hot buttered popcorn. A smell they use as a warning to rivals, but also as an invitation to the amorous. So if you're in the jungle and randomly smell a movie theater,
He
you
chilling.
might be in the presence of a bear cat.
That boy
Or
chilling.
death. Since, yeah, tiger urine also gives fresh butter. In fact, that's probably why the Binties evolved to smell like that. Wait, that's not...
Oh,
Wait, no, can someone fact check me on that? I just made that up, but it sounds real. Is that the reason why? Despite being built like a Mandela effect,
It would
half the
make sense to
population
me.
swearing they didn't exist a couple years
animals
ago, bear
mutate
cats are
over
probably the
time
most
to adjust
primitive
how
group of
predators
forms,
work. So
meaning they're closer to being beta cats, despite them looking like nature hasn't unlocked them yet. I can make that joke. I've earned it. Just a chuckling tree
You right.
climbing Frito warrior. They also smell like Fritos. Raccoon monkey being
What?
a bear hybrid that can procrastinate and postpone pregnancy until the outsides are favorable. Also, the babies are called binlets, and I like that. And that's gonna do it for this video. I definitely left some animals off, so if this gets, I'm greedy, 220k likes, I'll do a part 2. But until then,
mean, it's
walk
at
like your
91K
mother.
right now.
Remember, reality will always
close,
want
y'all.
fiction, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.
hey, W video, bro. But hey, some of them are cute though. I ain't gonna lie. I've never seen some of these animals, but some of them were kind of cute. I fuck with it. All right. Well, that was pretty good. I enjoyed that. Y'all give Casual Geographic a watch. I will have his tag in the title or something, and y'all can go click it and watch the video yourself. If you haven't watched the video before coming here, you should. That's the right thing to do, is to go watch the original video to give them a like and a view. In my opinion, and some watch time. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye, guys.